Today we are doing Botox, and Botox is the #1 aesthetic procedure in the world. So, which is wonderful. We all love it. I do it, she does it, the person behind the camera loves it. And what it does is it paralyzes your muscles so you can't furrow. Like this is me being really mad at you right now. See, I can't furrow. And then I do some in my eyebrow or my forehead. So it helps prevent those wrinkles from showing up. If you already have wrinkles, it helps to smooth them out and then gives you 3 to 4 months where you can't wrinkle. So it's actually preventative from making those wrinkles even deeper. So I'm going to show you a typical Botox injection. We're going to do 3 different areas. We're going to go between her eyebrows. This is called the glabella, across her forehead, and we're going to do crow's feet. So we are going to start today with right between your eyebrows, and some people call this the 11s. I'm going to balance right here. I'm going to go over your left eyebrow. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And there are different recommended doses for different areas. So glabella is usually 20 units to start, and then sometimes people need 40 or even more, but 20 units is going to last you 3 to 4 months. So when people come in and they say, I just want 2 units, I usually say no, because that's not going to do the trick for you. Go right between your eyebrows. Here we go. And there we are. So that's a typical glabellar injection. So now we're going to move on and we're going to do her forehead. So I'm going to start over your right eyebrow. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. And for forehead, usually the FDA recommended dose is 20 units as well. Sometimes we do a little less. Sometimes we need to do a little bit more, just depending on how strong your forehead muscles are. Again, this should last you 3 to 4 months. And we're going to come over here. There's lots of different injection styles. This is the pattern that I typically like to use. So that's all done, and now we're going to move on to doing crow's feet, which is another very common location. And I'm going to just wipe you again, even though you've already been wiped before we started. Typically, okay, we're going to start right here. 1, 2, 3. Typically, crow's feet are usually 12 units per side. And again, if you do less, it's just going to last you a less amount of time and not be quite as effective. So I try to make sure I at very least do the recommended FDA doses. Now, if you're doing it for prevention and you're 20 years old, we may use less just because of that. But if you have already started having wrinkles or anything like that, we do like to do what is recommended. Okay. The other areas that you could treat, you could smooth out the chin. So sometimes this muscle down here gets really strong. You can do what's called the Nefertiti lift, which is to give a sharper jawline by treating along the jawline, because there's the platysmal muscle that pulls down. So if you paralyze that, you get a little lift. You can also treat these muscles here. These are called the DAOs, depressor angularis oris, and we could treat this because this pulls down. So if we treat these, it'll help give you a little lift there. You can treat different platysmal bands. You can also use it for medical reasons, such as hyperhidrosis, which means excessive sweating. 1, 2, 3, in the armpits, hands, feet. We started doing the Barbie Botox, which is Botox in the trapezius muscle. That helps to slim the neck, and if you have neck pain, that's a great option to help with that. So lots of different places that you could put Botox now. So we love it. She's going to start to see results in anywhere between now and 2 weeks from now. And then her results should last her 3 to 4 months. And you can see she's got little bumps. Those will go away in the next 15, 20 minutes. I would instruct her when after she leaves here for the next hour to do facial exercises so she'll do all that. You probably don't even need to think about it because you'll just be behind somebody that's pissing you off in the car, and you'll probably do all those things. But just for an hour, that helps work it into the muscle. And then for the next 3 to 4 days, I don't want you pushing on it. I also don't want you wearing a hat that you're, again, pushing on where we just injected. If you have a massage scheduled for today or the next few days, let me know. I will take that appointment, but I don't want you doing that appointment, or at the very least, I don't want you putting your head right here in the facial cradle. So you want to put the facial cradle up here. So just some tidbits of information about what to do and what not to do for Botox, but ultimately the biggest problem with Botox is the addiction. So that's the main issue with it. But I'm addicted. I mean, everybody I think in this room is addicted. So you can find us all here, and you can find us online at RejuvenationMD, medspa.com.